I want to show you how to use complete anatomy to identify all these different bones and all these different features of these bones. So let's consider the scapula. Okay, how are we going to identify all these different features of the scapula? You can see there's several features of this bone I would like you to know. Okay, so you're going to open up complete anatomy, and the first thing you'll see if you're at the home screen is the skeleton. Now, there's two ways you can go about this. You can use the module or the lecture that I've created for you to interact with these bones and identify these features, or you can kind of just explore the bones yourself. So let me show you how to just kind of explore the model, the skeleton in general. So first of all, if you have no idea where this bone is, the simplest thing to do would just be to search for it. So if you just type in scapula, I can choose the left or right scapula, and there it is. So it's identified the scapula for me. So if I want to, if I click hide others, everything else goes away, and I just have the scapula. I can also click fade others, and that'll kind of fade all the other bones and make the scapula stand out. But if I click hide others, then I have the scapula is isolated. Now, in order to start identifying the features of this bone, there's three different options over here. There's parts, there's surfaces, and there's landmarks. So you can look at the list here and see which features I would like you to know. And so if you click on parts, you'll see, okay, there's the acromion. If I click on acromion, it color codes it for me right there. It's purple. And you can drag the bone around and see how it looks. Okay, so if I click back, there's the coracoid process. That's another feature you have to know. So if I click that, it colors that for me purple. I can drag that around and look at that. So you can see, again, there's the acromion, there's the coracoid process. Okay. You can also click on surfaces and identify some of the surfaces I'd like you to know. For example, here's the medial border. Again, it colors it purple. I can drag it around and see medial border. So again, this is the left scapula. So the humerus would be over here. This would be the arm, and this would be the middle of the back. So this would be the medial border. Superior angle, this is another feature you need to know. So if I click on that, it highlights the superior angle. Okay. So I click back, and then I can also click on landmarks and view some different landmarks. So for example, infraspinous fossa, this is one you have to know. If I click on infraspinous fossa, it is highlighted the infraspinous fossa in green. So this whole area here is the infraspinous fossa because it's under the spine. This is the spine of the scapula right here. So this is all the infraspinous fossa. If I click subscapular fossa, it shows me the subscapular fossa, this depressed region on the other side of the fossa. Okay, so this is a good way. For one thing, it's color coded. It's fairly easy to get to. But let's look at how to use the lectures I've created for you. Okay. So first of all, a very helpful tool when you're working with complete anatomy and you kind of get lost down this rabbit hole looking at all these structures. Let's say you just want to start over and go back to the home screen. Okay. You can click home, and as you can see, we just have the scapula isolated. Really what I want to do is I want to undo everything I did and go back to the beginning. So if you just hold down undo and click undo all, there's the skeleton. Okay. So let me show you how to interact with these interactive lectures I've created for you. So you should see these when you log into your complete anatomy and view the course Bio 210, which I've created, but I'm going to pull it up in a different way. I got to go to my library, and here's my course that I've created for you. Okay, so right now as of right now, there's 2 lessons in here. There's the introduction, and then there's the appendicular skeletal system. So this is the module that will have the scapula in it. So if we click on that, you'll see there's all these different lessons in here. There's an overview of the appendicular skeletal system. So I can click and see, okay, where's the os coxae? Where's the femur? Where's the patella? Where's the fibula? And so on. But I'm interested in the scapula. So let's look at these features of the scapula. So you can see first here, I'm telling you, this is the right scapula. Okay, so actually if I turn this around, the right humerus would be over here. Okay. So if I just kind of return it to the position I had here, if you start clicking on these buttons here, it will show you where these different features are. Okay. So the coracoid process, it's pointing right to it right there. That's the coracoid process. The scapular spine is right here. The supraspinous fossa is this depressed region here. The medial border is this edge here. The subscapular fossa is this entire region here. The superior border is this edge up here. This is the superior angle right here. The acromion is right here. Notice when I move the bone, that label goes away. Okay. Glenoid cavity right here. Lateral border right here. Infraspinous fossa, this whole region here underneath the spine. And then inferior angle down here. Okay. So this is actually a great way for you to study these features. Notice if I begin dragging the bone around, the labels go away. The arrows go away. So let's say, for example, I want to identify the scapular spine. Okay, where's the scapular spine? I think that's the scapular spine, I think. So if I click on it, that is the scapular spine. Okay. I'll move it around some more. I think the glenoid cavity. I think that this is the glenoid cavity right here. All right. So if I click on it, it is. Okay. So this is a great way to help you study. I encourage you to just rotate the bone around in 3 dimensions, get a feel for what it's going to look like. So on the quiz, you're going to see still images of this bone. So you may see it, like this, and I may ask you to label the glenoid cavity over here. Okay. Or maybe the glenoid cavity like this. All right. You should just be able to recognize this bone and its features in various positions. Okay. So this is how you kind of work your way through this appendicular module that I've created for you, identifying all these different features. This is the one walking you through the humerus. All right. So the nice thing about this is I've labeled everything for you, and it matches up perfectly with all the features in the module, the PDF module that I've created for you. All right. So really just kind of explore, have fun, play with this app, and just have fun identifying all these different features.